सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Naishkarmya Siddhi, Chapter 3, Verse number 79, Introduction. Kasmat punaha karanat tathartho advitiya lakshanaha त्वमर्थेन प्रत्यगात्मना पृथगर्थः सन् अविद्योत्थं सद्वितीयत्वं निहन्तीति उच्यते विरोधात् तदुच्यते। Sureśvara is discussing about Mahavakya Tatu Tvam Asi, how this Tatpada and Tvampada Aikyam will take place. In this portion, the Lakshyartha we have to take, remove the opposite, that which are obstructing or not allowing the aikyam, viruddha dharmas to be negated. That is parokshatvam from Paramatma and samsaritvam from Jivatma, or sadvitiyatvam from Jivatma to be negated. So for that purpose, he says, Purvapakshi is asking a question. In this portion, is asking a question. Why only that advitiyatvam of Paramatma to be taken? Why can't we take sadvitiyatvam to Paramatma? Why only that advitiyatvam of Paramatma to be taken towards Jivatma? Sadvitiyatvam means that which has got a duality. Advitiyam means that which is free from duality. Paramatma is free from duality, lakshyartha drishtya, advitiyatvam. And this Jivatma is aparoksham. Aparoksham means available, intimate Jivatma, lakshyartha Jivatma. Therefore, he says, avidyotham sadvitiyatvam nihamti. Why does the purnatvam of Paramatma knock off apurnatvam of Jivatma after becoming aikyam? Aprudhagarthaha aikyam prapya. Aikyam prapya advitiya lakshanam, limitless purnatvam, that is belong to Paramatma. Tvamarthe pratyagatmana. Here pratyagatma means Jivatma. After joining the Jivatma, which is the component of second component of Mahavakya, that is Jiva Tatsu Tvam Asi. Tvam is the second component of Mahavakya. That is why, which is the second component of Mahavakya, that is Tvamartha Jivatma. Jivatma has got apurnatvam attributes which is transferred. Only apruthagarthaha means pruthak means different. Apruthagarthaha means aikyam, non-different. Aikyam prapya ityartha. That means after becoming ekatma, dropping the nature avidyotham, after becoming ekatma, dropping that, not nature, notion, dropping that notion which is born out of avidyotham sadvitiyatvam nihanti. Why does that apurnata which is born out of avidya, that sadvitiyatvam means apurnatvam, born out of avidya, that which is knocked off by purnatvam. Apurnatvam of jivatma is called sadvitiyatvam. Apurnatvam of jivatma is knocked off after ekatma, that is after aikyam. Then, so samanadhikaranyam, samanadhikaranyatvam dvara mahavakya balat sadvitiyatvam. That means answer is given, virodhat, that jivatma cannot bring down Paramatma towards Jivatma. Paramatma is also Sadvitiyam. Then what will happen? Paramatma also become a samsari. Therefore, Sadvitiyatvam of Jivatma has to be knocked off by Advitiyatvam of Paramatma. We should not bring down Paramatma, we have to elevate ourselves to Paramatma level, because both are virodhat. Purnatvam and apurnatvam, limitlessness and limitation, both are quite opposite. They cannot coexist. In ekatma, when you want to say ekatma, duality and non-duality, limitation and limitlessness cannot coexist. Therefore, the Jivatma knock off the remoteness of Paramatma. Paramatma knocks off the Sadvitiyatvam of Jivatma. Therefore, in these verses, Sureśvara Acharya talking about some of the corollaries that up to here we saw in the last class. Now I will read the shlokam. Shloka number 79. That is only explained in the shloka also. Samsarita dvitiyena paroksham chatmana saha prasangikam viruddhatvad tatvabhyam badhanam tayoho means of those two, Paramatma and Jivatma, are Tatpada and Tvampada. Tayoho tatvabhyam, tatvabhyam, prasangikam badhanam. Prasangikam means that which is kalpitam, that which is projected, that which is mithya, that is badhanam, is negated. That is only negatable. That is only negated. Samsara karanam, samsarita, samsara karanam of Jivatma has to be knocked off. the intimate, limitless Ekatma I am. Advitiyena means limitless. Limitlessness. With limitlessness. Advitiyena. Samsarita, the limitation has to be knocked off. Nihanti. Parokshatvam Atmatvam. Here Parokshatvam means the intimacy of intimacy in there in the Atma. I am the intimate. Paroksham is thatness. That means Paroksham. So Parokshatvam, the remoteness has to be knocked off through Atmatvena. Here Paroksham Atmana. Here Atmana means the Jivatma who is not away. Aparokshatvam. Aparokshatvena. Aparokshatvena means direct, here, available. So Aikyam, when you talk about Aikyam, Abhedarthaha san, Aprutagarthaha, that Parokshatvena, Aparokshena, Atmana means Aparokshena means direct. I am available to myself. Saha means along with. Along with Aparokshatvam, Samsarita Advitiyatvena. By Paramatma's Advitiyena, Paramatmana, Samsarita Nihanti. Atmana Aparokshatvena Paroksham Nihanti. So the intimacy, through intimacy I knock off the, I means Lakshartha Aham, knock off the Paroksham, remoteness. Why we are doing this? Because Viruddhatvat. Viruddhatvat means Sadvitiyam, Advitiyam are Viruddham. Paroksham and Aparoksham are Viruddham. Direct and indirect, both are opposite. Duality and non-duality, both are opposite. Therefore, the non-duality in Paramatma has to be knock off the duality in the Jivatma. The intimacy in the Jivatma has to knock off the remoteness of Paramatma. That is called Bhaga Tyaga Lakshana. Which Bhaga of Paramatma to be knocked off? Sadviti, Paroksham of Paramatma has to be knocked off. Then Paramatma become intimate. So Jivatma, I am intimate to myself. So intimate. Then only I can say I am Paramatma. Then Advitiyatvam of Paramatma has to knock off Sadvitiyatva, means I, the Jivatma, I am body, mind, family, all these Sadvitiyatvam. All these can be knocked off, that Vachartha, body, mind complex to be knocked off only by Advitiyatvam of Paramatma. Advitiyatvena Samsarita, Samsarita in the sense limitation, or Sadvitiyatvam. That has to be Nihanti. Badhanam Tayoho Prasangikam Viruddhatvat Prasangikam Badhanam, instantaneously. Prasangikam means Vacharthaha. Vacharthaha tatcha tvamcha tattvamau. Dvandva samasam Kartari Tritiya. Dvandvabhyam. Badhana means negation. Because which are prasangikam. Limitation, knocks off, limitation, limitless Paramatma is knocking off, or limitation is knocked off by limitlessness. கொஞ்சம் கடபிடா இருக்க வேர்ட்ஸ் அப்படி இப்படி prasangikam, because these limitation and remoteness are kalpitam. Kalpitam, how to knock off, what to do, what you have to do to remove this rope snake. Snake has to be removed. How much time it will take? What you have to do? After knocking off the snake, is there anything? Nothing is there. You understand? There is no snake. Similarly, this paroksham, that means remoteness of Paramatma, and duality, sadvitiyatvam of Jivatma, they are only Bhranti, prasangikam. Instantaneously negated, knocked off. So, prasangikam badhanam. This is the meaning. So, both are opposite attributes. They cannot allow the Jivatma Paramatma aikyam. I want to say I am Paramatma. Aham Jivatma Paramatma eva. When can I say? The Viruddha dharmas from the both to be knocked off. So, which Viruddha dharma we have to know. That is what Acharya is trying to explain. Paroksham, it is adhyastam. Prasangikam means it is adhyastam or kalpitam. Remoteness of Paramatma is knocked out. That is called superimposition, which is superimposed on Paramatma. What is superimposed on Paramatma? Remoteness. What is superimposed on Jivatma? Sadvitiyatvam, duality. This is different. I am wife, husband, father, mother. All these belong to body, not to Atma. The Sadvitiyatvam of the body-mind complex superimposed upon the self, Atma, the consciousness. Adhyastam. Whatever is superimposed alone can be knocked off. If it is real, we cannot knock off. If they are not there really also, you need not knock off. If they are real, you cannot knock off. If they are unreal, you need not knock off. Therefore, they are seemingly real, as though, therefore, you are knocking off as it were. That is why whatever is superimposed only can be knocked off. Torchlight can knock off the rope snake, which is superimposed. Snakeness of the rope is superimposed. Snake cannot be knocked off really. If real snake is there, snake, can you knock off? Snakeness in the rope, which is superimposed, can be knocked off. That is the condition there. So, limitation of Paramatma is also, and limitation of Jivatma, remoteness of Paramatma. Both are superimposed. Kalpitam Pramanam removes errors, not facts. These are all errors. Errors means what? Mistake happened because of avidya. Errors can be knocked off by pramanam, means a means of knowledge. Facts cannot be knocked off. facts means the nose as a pramanam feels the smell. It gives the flower, fragrance, knowledge. That is a fact. It need not be knocked off. So whatever is error only can be knocked off. Tayoho, those two, parokshatvam and parichedatvam. Tayoho, virodha, both of them are virodhat. Tatpadena, tvampadena, tattvabhyam. You have to knock off. Now we will go to the next verse, introduction. Badhana means negation. Kalpitam prasangikam badhanam. Tayoh ante tatpada and tvampada. Shloka introduction. The 80th shloka introduction. Tattvamarthayoho tu badhakatve anyadapi karanamuchyate. Shloka also I will read. Ajnata purusharthatvat shrautatvat tattvamarthayoho swamarthamaparithyajya badhakaustam viruddhayoho. Tattvamarthayoho. Now, in this shloka, Acharya is going to talk about corollaries only. Same idea, the corollaries are derived in this manner. In this manner means there is a possible wrong argument. Therefore, he is going to give corollaries or answer like. That is, wrong argument should not be the wrong answer, wrong questions, notions, wrong arguments should not be made. But suppose anyone makes a wrong argument. What is that wrong argument? Limitlessness and limitation, or anyone you cannot knock off. One thing which you can knock off, limitlessness or limitation, you want to knock off. You want to knock off limitlessness or limitation. That also we have to see. Suppose people want to knock off limitlessness. I want to keep limitation, and is it wrong argument? Therefore, question you ask, suppose, why can't we mix the alpagnatvam? Suppose wrong argument, okay, hypothetical wrong argument. Why can't we mix up the alpagnatvam of Jivatma with Paramatma? So Paramatma also become alpagnaha. Alpagnaha. So Paramatma alone will become alpagnaha. I give my alpagnatva means alpiscient. Omniscient opposite alpagnatvam. Like one person, if I give hand to a person who is in the well, and to lift that person we give support to a lift. Sometimes we give hand to the other person to lift him and to make him to stand. Suppose instead of that person standing, coming up, and he is pulling us and making us to fall. Adi madri, instead of lifting up myself to the Sarvagnatvam of Paramatma, then I am pulling the Paramatma to Alpagnatvam. Question, why can't we give the Alpagnatvam to Paramatma? Interpretation we have to do properly. So, Pramana is that real Pramana is that which is revealing Anadhigatam. What I do not know, that I want to know. What I do not know, Adhigatam means known, already known, Adhigatam. Anadhigatam means what I am already not known, that I want to attain. Limitation is already there. I have. I don't know this, I don't know that, I forget many things. All these are limitations. I need not work for that. I need not bring Paramatma to Alpagnatvam. It is already there with us. So, what is Anadhigatam? Uniqueness. Apurvata. Anadhigatam here. Anadhigata, Abadhita, Arthavatvam. Anadhigatam means with another Pramana you cannot know that. Only Mahavakya Pramana Dvara you can know that I am Paramatma, I am all knowers, omniscient. Through that Sarvagnatvam of Paramatma, if you take, your limitation will go away. Therefore, that is Anadhigatam. I do not know that Sarvagnatvam. I want to claim that Sarvagnatvam of Paramatma because I am Paramatma. That is the job of Pramanam, Mahavakya Pramanam. Number 2, Abadhitam, unnegatable. Unnegatable. Sarvagnatvam, the Atma is the all-knower. That is Abadhitam, unnegatable. So our limitation can be negatable later, after knowledge. That's called Abadhitam. Atma Satyam Jnanam Anantam. It is unnegatable. Anatma is Anityam, Asatyam, Ajnana Rupam, and finitude. It is Badhitam after knowledge. After knowledge you understand I am Satyam Brahma, Jnanam Brahma, Anantam Brahma. It is unnegatable. So ignorance born Asatyatvam, Anityatvam, Apurnatvam, all can be negated by knowledge later. So this knowledge is unnegatable by anyone at any place at any time. That is the Lakshanam of Pramanam. Once I know it's a flower, red flower, knowledge. No one can come and say, no, it is not red flower. Your eyes are reporting the flower is red. That is Abadhitam, unnegatable. For anyone, if right's eyes or vision is good, it has to give a red color. That's all. No, it is blue color. You have to check your eyes and earth. Like that, Mahavakya Pramanam giving that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, you are, that Tvamasi Abadhita Jnanam. And Pramanam, another condition for Pramanam is Ardhavatvam, Prayojanam. There must be some Prayojanam. By bringing Paramatma into Alpajnaha also, what is the Prayojanam? What am I going to get? If I elevate myself to Sarvagnatvam, infinitude of Paramatma, I am free from my limitation. That is the Prayojanam. Mahavakya has got a Prayojanam removing my finitude. With the finitude limitation, are you happy, or with the infinitude you are happy? You can be happy only with Anantatvam, not Alpagnatvam, Parichinnatvam. Alpagnatvam is a Parichinnatvam. No one can withstand Parichinnatvam. Therefore, Anadhigati, these are all we saw in previous classes, Brahma Sutra, Upanishads, when we are talking about the pramana, conditions to be fulfilled by a pramana, real pramana. Anadhigata, Abhadita, Arthabodhakatvam. So, Purushartha Prayojana. So, he is going to explain that Tattvamarthayoho, Tatpadartha and Tvampadartha, both of them. Tatpadartha eliminating Parokshatvam of Jivatma, Tatpada eliminating the Paricheda of Tvampada. So Tvampadartha negating the Parokshatvam and Tatpada removing the Paricheda. Tattvamarthayoho. Tu means Vailakshanya Dyotanartham. Badhakatve. So both of them are negating others opposite, which are all standing in between the Ekatmata. In Mahakumbha, they are bringing this village Ekatmata Bhavana. All are one. All Sanatana Dharma followers, different panthas, different sects, different puja paddhatis, all are Sanatana Dharmis. Like that here also, that is the main aim of the Mahakumbha. Here also we can implement that into our philosophical angle. All these Shastras, what we are studying, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, Prakarana Grandhas, what is their Tatparyam? Ekatmata. Ekatmata only is the Tatparyam. There are no different Atmas. Only one Atma is there. Badhakatve. The two facts which are going to be shown in that sloka. Anyadapi karanamuchyate. There are some more reasons we can explain through them also the same idea. What is that same idea? That Purushartha Prayojanam will not be there if I negate Sarvagnatvam of Paramatma. Prayojanam, Purushartha Prayojanam will not be there. Tatpadartha negate Alpagnatvam of Jivatma. Tvam Padartha negate the Parokshatvam of Paramatma is proper. For that, Shruti is coming forward, employing the snake poison as anti-venom. Snake poison is also a medicine. Snake bites directly, it is a poison. But they take out the poison and convert it into as a medicine. That is anti-venom. That is useful. Okay. Alpagnatvam is not useful. Sarvagnatvam means I am the substratum of this universe. All knowledge is my knowledge. All people's ananda is my ananda. What a joy. You are converting the entire anatma into like an anti-venom. Like that. Now he is going to give two types of ignorances will go away by this knowledge. Mahavakya is not meant for apti, utpatti, vikara, samskara, but to change the body mind is not the job of Mahavakya. Ignorance caused concept, misconceptions to be knocked off. What are all misconceptions? We know. That only we know. our limitations. I am limited, finite, because of lack of knowledge and misconception. I am I am limited, I am finite. Instead of claiming I am limitless. That is the problem. Sir, I am Paramatma, I am all pervading, I am already free. Instead of that, what I am having now, I am ordinary housewife, I am ordinary person, I am very limited, I am bound, I am not free at all. My freedom is what you can call snatched away by spouse like that. Husband thinks or wife thinks, what to say? My freedom has gone after marriage. Therefore, be free. Your freedom nobody can touch. Instead of claiming that freedom already is my nature, people think I am bound. My freedom has gone. Body-mind complex can never have freedom. Atma forever free. So, Mahavakya is with one stone, two fruits like. One stone you throw, you get two fruits and enna prayojanam paranga. Adhe madri oru Mahavakya, you Ajñāta Purusharthattvas. Look into the shloka. These two facts are not known. Ajñāta means not known. Purusharthatvat means prayojanam, the facts which are very useful, not known. Ajñāta means not known. The shloka, first word, Ajñāta, not known. Jnata means known. Ajñāta means not known. What are they? What are the facts I do not know? My limitlessness. I do not know. It is unknown. It is unknown for me. So ignorance, it is the cause. Ignorance is the cause, thinking that I am limited. Therefore, limitation is, limitlessness is unknown. Ignorance is known. I am having this ignorance, that ignorance. This is giving a useful knowledge. Purusharthata means useful knowledge. Ajñāta, unknown limitlessness is revealed by Mahavakya, and it is giving a lot of prayojanam. So, overall meaning of Ajñāta Purusharthatvat means what? This is the knowledge, a new knowledge, anadhigatam, new knowledge given by Mahavakya. Given by Shruti also. Mahavakya means Shruti, Shrautam. This is the uniqueness, message. Shrauta means this is the message of Vedanta. Shrautatvat, message of Shruti or Shruti Tatparyam. Because this is the Shruti Tatparyam of Tatparyatvat. Shrautatvat means the message of Vedanta. Shrauta means the message of Vedanta. Shrautatvat means Panchami. Tatparyatvat. Shrutilo shonna Tatparyam, purport. Tattvam arthayoho. Tattvamasi Mahavakya. Tattvam arthayoho means of that Tattvamasi Mahavakya. Viruddhayoho badhakaustam. Second line, badhakau viruddhayoho. Viruddhayoho badhakau tam Swamartha aparityajya. Tattvamartham aparityajya. That is the meaning. That means Tvam padartha, tat padartha should be the eliminators of contradictory attributes. So without aparityajya means without renouncing their nature, they have to renounce that unnatural, limited, finite, kalpitam, superimposed features. That is the meaning. Viruddhayoho badhakautva tam tvam padayoho tvam padartha tat padartha swamartham parityajya aparityajya. So eliminators of the contradictory attributes. That is remoteness and limitation. Paramatma should lose only remoteness. Paramatma retain Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. They are retained. So consciousness and intimacy part are retained. Atma, consciousness and intimacy part are retained. Finitude of Jivatma is dropped. Swamartha means Swamartham aparityajya means without dropping the original nature. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is the original nature. Without dropping that nature. Iti. Limitation. Aparityajya, without dropping the original nature, it goes with Tvamartham. Tvamartham, without dropping their nature. Swamartham aparityajya tam viruddhayoho badhakau. Tvamarthayoho irka tattvamarthayoho. Tattvamartham ityasya swamartham aparityajya. That is the meaning. Okay. Now we will go to the next shloka. So these are all the prayojanams of Mahavakya, removing the limitation, finitude. When can I drop my finitude? When Paramatma, I understand Lakshyartha of Paramatma, myself only, that Atma, my limitation is knocked off. Paramatma is not away from me. Paroksham is knocked off by this inner self. One self only there. Ekatma. Now he goes to shloka number 81, introduction. First I will read. Now he is going to concluding the discussion. Mahavakya is a valid source to give perfect knowledge without any other practices. But Prasankhyanavadi, you know, that Upadesa Sahasri we are seeing Mahavakya cannot help me. I have to do some sadhana. However much you say, when it fulfills three important conditions, so that Mahavakya is valid source. That what apurvata, anadhigatam, abhaditatvam, and arthavatvam. So apurvata, it is a new, anadhigatam or apurvata, it is a new one. So what do you want? These are all very technical words. Anadhigata, abhadita, arthabodhakatvam is the lakshanam of pramanam. Iti purinjada Atma Jnanam is anadhigatam. It cannot be known through any other pramana. Abadhitam, it cannot be negated by any other pramana. And it cannot, it gives prayojanam. Therefore, anadhigata abadhita arthabodhakatvam. But Purvapakshi comes, I am seeing so many people are studying Shastra from so many years. I am also studying that person, Purvapakshi, Prasankhyanava. I am not getting any benefit. What is the use of study? That is the same story. So that is your problem. Sureśvara says, it is not all people's problem, it is your problem. You are not able to understand properly. Let us see what Sureśvara is going to answer. What is the Purvapakshi's objection? Evam tavat yathopakrantena prakriya vartmana na pratyakshadi pramanantaraihi virodha gandhopi sambhavyate. Up to here, Siddhanti, Sureśvaracharya's conclusion. Later, Purvapakshi, the Prasankhyanavadi. Yada punaha sarva prakarenapi yatamana naivevamam vakyartham sambhavayamaha pratyakshadi pramanantara virodhata eva tasminnapi paksha uchyate. If he asks also, we will give answer for him. Evam tavat, when this is being sown. When this is being so means what? When evam tavat, pramana, when it is valid, source of knowledge, when it fulfills all these things, three conditions, it should be, it is revealing unique thing, apurvata. When it is, that evam tavat means you have to bring those three conditions from the above. They are not mentioned in the sloka. The pramanam is so powerful. Why pramana powerful? Because of three conditions we have already studied in previous texts. That's why Prakarana Grandhas are always only bringing that whatever we have heard in our Upanishads. So now the revelation, new revelation after Mahavakya now means evam tavat. After Mahavakya, when you come to understand, new revelation should not be contradict our pratyaksha anubhava. Very new revelation, but it is totally contradictory to my direct perception. It should not contradictory to your present experience. Anadhigatatvam. Then useful, arthavatvam. I am not a creator, I am created. Actually, I am the creator, means I am lending the existence, consciousness to every nama rupa. But instead of saying I am the creator, I am in dream, I can say I am the creator. But what that waker forgotten himself as a waker, and he became a miserable dreamer and became a creature in the dream. Instead of saying I am the creator of my dream. Why is he not able to claim? Because sleep, ajnana is there. The waker has forgotten himself as waker. So the dreamer is suffering in the dream as a creature and screaming. Adi Madrida. ಅದೇ ಮಾದರಿದ ದಿಸ್ ಐ ದಿ ಆತ್ಮ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್, ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ನಿದ್ರಾ. I am the creator of this waking world, projected world, pratibhasika jagat, vyavaharika jagat. I am the creator, but what we are thinking, I am an ordinary creature, like I am created by God. That I is what I, lower I. Ahankara I, we come down, slipped down. Instead of taking paramarthika aham with ahankara kanchukam, kanchukam means vesham, I am playing a drama. Whole thing is a drama. அப்படியா சுவாமி, இது ட்ராமா அது தெரியலையான்னா அது நிஜமாகி அப்புறம் கஷ்டப்படுவோம். அதுதான் ப்ராப்ளமே. இந்த வியாபகாரிக ஜகத்து, வைஃபு, மதரு, ஃபாதரு, பிரதரு, சிஸ்டர், ஹஸ்பண்ட், ஆல் ஆர் ட்ராமான்னாரு. ட்ராமா என்ஜாய், வேண்டான்னு சொல்லலை. ஆனால் ட்ராமான்னு ரியலாக எடுத்தாண்டா என்ன ஆகும், கஷ்டப்படுவேன்னாரு. கஷ்டப்படாதேன்னு சொல்கிறது சாஸ்திரம். இல்லை நான் கஷ்டப்படுவேன்னா என்ன சொல்கிறது, கஷ்டப்படு, படுமனமே படு என்ன. Because the dreamer has waker forgotten as a waker. I, the Atma, have forgotten I am Paramatma. I am the substratum of this universe. I do not know. Guru is telling from so many years. In spite of that, I am thinking I am an ordinary creature. So therefore, the suffering is inevitable. You cannot avoid. So, I am not a creator, I am a creature. You have to change that. Non-contradicted by any current knowledge. A Mahavakya, I am ever free. From Mahavakya standpoint, I am ever free. Okay. So, evam tavat, in this manner, yathopakrantena vartmana, by taking the course of above mentioned. Yathokta means above mentioned method of interpretation. Above mentioned interpretation long before Visa, Samanadhikaranya, Visheshana Vishesha Sambandha, and Laksha Lakshana Sambandha. Virodha Gandhau, Gandhaha, it never contradict. Objection, opposite, contradictory knowledge, it won't come. It means contradictory contradiction is not there. Contradictory knowledge is not there. Whatever pramana gives, it is correct only. With any other pramana, it should not contradict. Any other pramana cannot come and prove it, first of all. Whatever eyes give that knowledge, ears can come and prove is it right or wrong. Ear sounds, knowledge ears are giving. Can eyes go and contradict? They are not dare to enter that field because it is not their field. Sound is not the field of eyes. Forms, colors are not the field of ears. Smell is not the field of ears and eyes. Therefore, where is the question of contradiction? Each pramana has got its own field. So Mahavakya also we have taken same like pramana only. That pramana we saw already. Then I want this proof, that proof. No pramana, other pramana enter with regard to Atma. Only Mahavakya pramana. Don't try to prove with any other pramana. Just as you cannot prove the ears sound knowledge with the other pramana. Therefore, anadhigatattva. It cannot be known. Atma cannot be known. I am Paramatma eva, aham brahmasmi, I am Shuddha Buddha Nitya Mukta Swarupaha. It is not knowable through any other pramana. other than Mahavakya, Anadhigatam. It is not negatable by any other pramana, pratyaksha, anumana, upamana, arthapatti, anupalabdhi. They cannot disprove. They cannot prove nor disprove because they cannot enter the field of Atma. First of all, we should know that. Just as your sense organs cannot enter the other field of sense organ function, Mahavakya field, Atma field it is. No other Brahmana can come and enter. Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi. That's why Anadhigatam, Abadhitam also, Sa Ardhavatvam. So another what you can call Purvapakshi. Ekadeshi Purvapakshi. Only Vedantin, one type of Vedantin. It says, I do not accept this. We have to interpret Mahavakya in a total different manner. He wants to do. Yada punaha. Acharya said up to Sambhavyate and Gandhamapi Virodha Sambhavyate. So, Pramanantaraihi with Pratyaksha Anumana Upamana with any other Pramana, Pratyakshadi Adipadat, all other Pramanams, etc. are not able to contradict here. Sambhavate is impossible. But Purvapakshi Yada punaha sarva prakarantarena api. From there onwards, Purvapakshi. It is called, they belong to Swayudhyamatam, they call. Swayudhyamatam, they belong to our group only, like our own people. Only Sanatanis, there are different group of views are there. Like that, they create some havoc, problems. Like Prasankhyanavadi, we can take. This group of Purvapakshi is called Prasankhyanavadi. So what they say? They say the knowledge derived from Mahavakya, Shravanam, contradict my experience. What Shastra says, you are Buddha Mukta Swarupaha, knowledge. I am full of ignorance, my experience. Contradiction. Therefore, Jnanam Pramanantara Viruddham. The Jnanam, what you are getting through Mahavakya is against to my Anubhava Pramanam. You are free and I am bound to my experience, suppose. Opposite. Mahavakya say you are eternal, but I take it as my Anubhava is I am not eternal, suppose. I am not eternal, he is taking from body-mind complex. Shastra is telling you are eternal from Atma standpoint. Adida Tagara. So I am Ananda, Anandame illapa kashtam. So therefore, Vedanta says you are Ananda, you are eternal, you are pure, but I have no purity. Kashtapatindika. Ni pure appa, shuddhamappa, nana, shuddhama, eppadi ahamudiyum. Adida coming down, slipping down to my lower nature. So some doshas are there. So what are those doshas? We'll see more details in this interpretation of Prasankhyanavadi. What are the doshas are there? How to be rectified those doshas? Sureśvara is going to give answer in this portion. Details in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.